What's up, everybody? It is Amrinder Singh, and today we're gonna learn about how to make sentences in past continuous tense, right? When some kind of activity is going in the past. And another thing we will talk about, like how to make negative sentences, all right? There are a lot of negative sentences because in textbook, there are many types of negative sentences. But when we talk, basically, if we're talking in sentences, we make only two types of, right? So it's easier even for you because I know the colloquial of Punjabi is a little hard for you guys because they have more variations. But when it comes to negative sentences, it has only two types of negative sentences you're gonna make. But in textbook, it's a couple of sentences, maybe like a 4 or 5 times, maybe 6, 7 times. I don't remember, but they have many type of negative sentences in textbook style, but we don't use all. We only use two. That's what I'm going to talk about. There's basically two topics. All right, how to talk about in past continuous tense and how to make negative sentences, even in past, future, or present. All right. So before I start the lesson, if you like this podcast and you are getting the value from this podcast, and then you can support this podcast through PayPal and Patreon, I would really appreciate it. It would help this podcast to grow more. All right. Now let's kick this thing off. All right. So, how to make sentences or how to speak in past continuous tense is pretty simple. If you look at when I make a podcast about present continuous tense, all right, it's episode number 114. If you look that one or listen that one, it's very similar to that one. All right. Only difference we're gonna put the C at the end, all right? And another thing we were using basically when we were ending the sentence in Malwa accent, right? We were putting at the end Janna or Yanda, right? It was a little confusion for you because the first and second pronoun we put Yanna, but third pronoun Yanda. Now, in past continuous, there's no confusion because we don't use Janna at all. We all the time use Yanda, Yanda si, right? मैं टीवी देखी ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ मैं ਜਿਮ ਜਾਈ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਖੇਡੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ right even as ਮੈਂ is ਜਾਂਦਾ right because in continuous tense present continuous tense we were saying ਜਾਨਾ like ਮੈਂ TV ਦੇਖੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ I'm watching TV um ਮੈਂ ਪੜ੍ਹੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ I'm reading right and ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹ ਪੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ I'm drinking the tea it's ਜਾਨਾ but in past I would say ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹ like ਪੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਚਾਹ ਪੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ now it's ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ so it doesn't change it stays same all right so it's pretty simple what you need to do is just put ਜਾਂਦਾ even you're gonna put janta in present continuous tense if it's third person so what you need to do just put janda and see at the end in present it was like ah right so you need to replace ah stuff like that in C. That's it. That's the present. Not that's the past continuous tense. Basically, it's very minor difference. Just put the C at the end, and this is past continuous tense, right? So, if we talk about all accents, let me tell you a little bit brief. Like, if you wanna say, let's say you wanna say, yesterday I was watching the TV, right? Yesterday I was watching the TV, and textbook style is going to be like, मैं कल टीवी देख रहा सी, all right? In Malwa accent, it would be like ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ TV ਦੇਖੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ, all right? In the Baba or Maja accent, I'm not sure. Maybe it's only what, yeah, they're different accent. I mean, not sure means like they say it. I'm not sure. Like I think the people from Madhya they say it. I think they also the people from the Baba they also say that. In the Baba, they have like influence of both language in Malwa and Madhya. So yeah, some people from the Baba they might be saying learn differently. All right. Anyway, from the people from the Madhya or the Baba they say like मैं टीवी देखਣ ਡਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਡਿਆ right in continuity in past ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਡਿਆ ਸੀ ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਡਿਆ ਸੀ alright I'm watching TV yesterday ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਡਿਆ ਸੀ if it's a girl ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਡਈ ਸੀ alright they just ਡਿਆ right I already talked about this in present continuous tense episode it's basically the same thing but the only change is C alright at the end ਮੈਂ ਕੱਲ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖਣ ਡਿਆ ਸੀ all right? Or some people say ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖਦਾ ਪਿਆ ਸੀ, all right? And we say like ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖੀ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀ, text to style ਮੈਂ ਕੱਲ ਟੀਵੀ ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ. One thing is common here is see at the end, all right? In text, a little bit different. If somebody is using plural, it's sun, but nobody says sun. Like OTV, kal OTV dekh rahe sun, right? But we don't use sun. We only use see, all right? Kal OTV dekhi jande si, all right? So that's it. There's not like there's not much to talk about. It's pretty similar. If you listen my present continuous uh present continuous episode, then it's pretty similar. Just put the C at the end. All right, that's how it is. So, anyway, now let's talk about how to make negative sentences. In textbook style, there are a couple of types. Let's say if you wanna say, I think I already talked about in past how to make negative sentences in past. You can also check that episode. I don't remember which one. I already talked about that, right? But I'm gonna talk about it briefly in past. But mostly we're gonna talk about how to make sentences, negative sentences in like a present and the future. So there's only two types. One is when you're gonna use negative, all right? Negative sentences in past, I already talked about it, but I can give you a few examples. Like if somebody asks you, like, "Kala tu cha piti si?" Right? Did you drink the tea yesterday? You say if you didn't drink, you wanna make a negative sentence. You say, "Na piti ni." Na piti ni. I didn't drink the tea. All right. You can just say kal mein cha nahi piti. All right. You can also make the full sentence. The ending is piti ni. Main cha piti ni. If I ask you like tu cha pi li, all right. Now it's a little different because I'm asking you like, did you finish this activity now? All right. Tu pani pi liya. All right. Because if I have to ask you about yesterday, some kind of activity you did yesterday or any other day, that time I was ask like kal tu pani pita si, right? If I want to ask you like did you drink the water now, right? I said tum pani pi liya, right? Tum hon pani pi liya. Now this is a little bit like that. I'm asking the activity like you just did it. Now it's a pi liya. For yesterday, it was a pita, all right? But the thing is, the negative, you can't say na main na pani pi liya. It didn't make sense. Even I can't say it properly because that's not how we talk. There's only one way. You could say na pita ni. Even as a liya, whatever, you just say pita ni. Kal mein pani pita ni. Or hon mein pani pita ni. All right. So, if you pay attention when I was telling you how verb change in the past, there's three types when verb changes in the past. Like this verb, like a pina in the past, pita, pilia, or pigia, right? Now we use pita when you're talking about, when you're just normally telling a story about past. That time you would use pita. But if you just wanna say like, if you just want, you just finish some activity, you started maybe a few minutes ago, like you just start drinking tea a few minutes ago, and you just finish that time, you would say, "Main cha pi li," all right, or "Main pani pi liya," right? So there are two types of activity. One is past, when you're just telling a story. One is when you recently started activity in the past, but you just finish it, all right? So that time we use more liya, kar liya, pi liya, khir liya, when you just finish it. But it didn't exist in negative. Negative is only one, like kita ni, pita ni, khedya ni, dekhya ni, all right? I already talked about that, all right? You can also check out another episode. Now, if you're gonna make a sentence in present, any kind of present tense, any kind of future tense, all right? This is going to be like khedya ni, not khedya ni is past, like na khedda ni, na dekhda ni, all right? Any kind, you just say na dekhda ni, like na pinda ni. Basically, the verb is going to be da, pinda, khedda, whatever, right? Pੀਂਦਾ, ਖੇਡਦਾ, ਦੇਖਦਾ, ਸੌਂਦਾ, alright? The verb style is like that, alright? ਬਣਾਉਂਦਾ, ਲੈਂਦਾ, ਦਿੰਦਾ, whatever the verb style is going to be da sound at then, right? And you're gonna put ni and na, whatever. ਖੇਡਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਦੇਖਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਪੀਂਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ, right? This is the structure. Even for the future. In future, like you say like मैं टीवी देखूंगा, right? Now it's देखूंगा. If you just wanna say I don't wanna watch TV, not want. If you wanna say like I won't watch the TV, right? Then you won't say like how to say, man. Yeah. So you won't say मैं टीवी देखूंगा नहीं. This is so weird. All right, you can't say that. मैं टीवी देखूंगा नहीं. So or मैं or you can in textbook style you can say मैं टीवी नहीं देखूंगा. All right, this kind of stuff. But we don't say that. I will say मैं टीवी देखदा नहीं. All right. ਕੱਲ ਮੈਂ टीवी देखदा नहीं. All right. ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ टीवी देखदा नहीं. So even I'm gonna talk about in present, future, whatever the sentence is. If you want to make a negative sentence, it's just going to be one, even for the present, even for the future. All right. The thing is, how would you know it's for future or it's for now? You would find out through situation. If you ask me something about future, so it means I'm talking about future. It doesn't matter like what kind of sentence I'm using, right? Or I can probably use kal, like kal main TV dekhda nahi. Now it shows I won't watch a TV tomorrow, right? Let's say you asked me, will you watch the TV tomorrow? I will say, na kal nu main TV dekhda nahi. Like I won't watch the TV tomorrow. And now you asked like, tum TV dekhi jana? Are you watching TV? I can say, na main TV dekhda nahi. All right. The same sentence. Now it means like I'm not watching TV. All right. Same sentence, different meaning according to the situation. All right. Another sentence you ask me, तुम रोज टीवी देखदा हुन्ना? Like, do you watch TV every day? I will say, ना मैं रोज टीवी नहीं देखदा. Right? Or I can just say, ना रोज नहीं देखदा. All right. Same sentence. Only word I put in that sentence is रोज, which means every day. So it means I'm telling you, no, I don't watch TV every day. All right. The sentence is the same, but it has three different meanings. All right. So when you see in the textbook, in for future negative sentences, it's like मैं टीवी नहीं देखांगा, मैं जिम नहीं जावांगा, right? और जिम नहीं जावेगा, something like जावेगा, नहीं करेगा, नहीं खेलेगा. This is how your books tell. Probably teachers also tell you like that, which is totally fine. You can use that one, but Punjabi people don't use it. Let me know when you see somebody is talking like that. Watch every single video. If you don't believe in me, watch every single video on the movie, TV show when people are talking and find me this kind of sentence. Probably if you want to find this maybe in the news, some kind of stuff. But when people are talking to each other, they don't use it, right? They won't say मैं like कल नू मैं जिम नहीं जाऊँगा, कल नू मैं जिम नहीं जाऊँगा. You won't find this sentence, all right? People say like कल नू मैं जिम नहीं जाऊँगा. All right, that's how people say कल नू मैं जिम नहीं जाऊँगा. It means I won't go to the gym tomorrow. So this kind of sentence you need to learn if you want to understand Punjabi people. When it's come to speaking, that time you can choose whatever you like. But for understanding, that's how it is. We don't use negative sentences you learn through the books. All right, not at all when we're talking. So that's what I want to tell you. Okay, let me give you another example. Let's say if somebody invites somebody, right? And he say, oh, okay, come or visit my house. Let's say visit my house tomorrow, and we're gonna make the eggs. We're gonna eat the eggs, and that person didn't eat the eggs, right? Would you think he is gonna say, मैं अंडे नहीं खाऊंगा? All right. If he said that to Punjabi friend, he is also Punjabi. He's gonna laugh at him. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Why the hell are you talking like that, man? What the fuck's wrong with you? That's what I'm gonna think, or that's what I'm gonna say to him. All right. मैं अंडे नहीं खाऊंगा. That's so funny, man. But I can understand when you guys say that. We don't like find it funny. We know you're learning, but no Punjabi people say that. So he will say, if he asks like आज ही कल नू अंडे खावांगे, right? He will say ना यार मैं अंडे नहीं खाता. All right. ना यार मैं अंडे नहीं खाता. That's the natural sentence. I won't eat the eggs. All right. So karanga, jamanga, we don't use it. Or jaunga, whatever. Yeah, we use it in positive sentences. All right. Something like that. But we don't use that one like in negative sentences. So anyway, at the end, if there is also a few other types of negative sentences, but it is different when if you're using different conditions. But if you wanna talk in sentences, in tenses, right? Like a present tense, future tense, past tense, whatever the past is, past simple, past continue, present simple, or present continuous tense, whatever the sentence you're going to use even in the future, only these two types of negative sentences you're going to make. All right, only two types. Forget about what your books tells. Like if your books are telling you to make negative sentences like a 5-6 times in sentences, forget about only two types. One is for the past tense and one is for present and future tenses. All right, only two types. Now we have another negative sentences with different situation. Like if you wanna say, like when you wanna like ask about somebody's ability, like if I wanna, can you jump on it? Like तू इत्ते छाल मार सकदा? तू इत्ते छाल मार सकदा? You will say ना मैं छाल मार नहीं सकदा. All right, or you can say ना मैं छाल बजनी नहीं. Now in this situation, it's different because this not comes under the tenses. It comes under the like condition when somebody wanna ask you about like basically your ability. All right, so that's a little different. So like तू छाल मार लेगा? Can you jump? Right? If I wanna say I can't jump, I can say मैं तो छाल बजनी नहीं. All right, मैं तो छाल बजनी नहीं. All right. Now the verb vajana, right? What's the vajana means? First of all, you're thinking it has many meanings, man. Vajana means also when something ringing. Like I say phone vajana, it means phone is ringing. All right. If somebody say masa shalni vajani, it means he can't jump. All right. So vajana has many meanings. I think a couple of more meanings. All right. So when I say to only there are two types of negative sentences, I'm only talking about tenses. It didn't include other like a sentences we make, conditional sentences. All right, maybe there are few other negative sentences when it comes to conditional sentences. All right, maybe we will talk about those one another day. For now, you need to keep in mind there are only two types of negative sentences and tenses. All right, when people speak, only two types of. In the books, I think there are more types of. So, if you think you are learning something new from this podcast, please support this podcast on Patreon or through PayPal. I would really appreciate it. Or if you wanna take private lessons from me, then you can contact me through Patreon or Telegram or through my email. All the links are in the description. At the end, if you are listening to this podcast on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, then you can give it to 5 star. It would help this podcast to spread to the more people. I would really appreciate it as well. Another thing, if you are struggling with Punjabi pronouns, then check out my ebook about Punjabi pronouns. All the links are in the description. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned something new today. I'll be back with another lesson another day.